edition of the Contractor's Secret Weapon weekly podcast with your hosts, Dave Negri. This program is dedicated to helping contractors, remodelers, painters, roofers, roof cleaners, and business owners in the construction industry gain an unfair advantage over the competition. This program supplies you with information that the competition doesn't even know exists. This session brought to you by ContractorsSecretWeapon.com.
Before we get into the conversation with you, I just want to do a shout out to our sponsors who help promote Contractor's Secret Weapon and just some of the things that they have in store for you, our listeners. Hey, is your phone ringing enough? Do you want it to ring more with highly motivated and qualified buyers that contact you, the contractor, directly? No more waiting for the phone to ring. Just answer that phone. Best Home Services leads are dedicated to making your phone ring with motivated buyers that call you directly. There's no obligation to talk with them. Just go to ContractorSecretWeapon.com/money. Fill out the form to secure your discount on the setup fee. Do it today. This special will not last forever. Check them out at ContractorSecretWeapon.com/money.
Running a small business is no easy task, and I should know because I had a service company for almost 10 years. I am the founder of a software called Radius Bomb, and it's unbelievable. And for all the listeners of Contractor's Secret Weapon, we have a special offer for you to check out. If you want to send hyper-targeted, laser-focused, super personalized postcards to your exact prospects using a map while sitting in your underwear, then go to ContractorSecretWeapon.com/Radius Bomb, and we'll give you your first 100 postcards for free. Just go to ContractorSecretWeapon.com/Radius Bomb.
A returning guest with us, Heather Havenwood. And we had her on a while ago, and she offered up some awesome content on to know who you're selling to. So after this episode, you might want to go and listen to that episode of Know Who You're Selling To. But today, we're going to talk about chatbots, how to triple your conversion rates with your sales without being tech savvy. So if you don't know about Heather, let me tell you a little bit about her. She is CEO of Havenwood Worldwide, a chief sexy boss, a serial entrepreneur, and is regarded as a top authority in internet marketing, business strategies, and marketing. Since marketing her first online business in 1999, bring together clients and personal coaches, she has played an active role in online marketing world since before most of us even had computers. In 2006, she started, developed, and grew an online information marketing publishing company from ground zero to over $1 million in sales in less than 12 months, starting without a list, a product, name, or an offer. Heather Ann molded her clients into successful gurus now known as expert in this field. And she is awesome, and she really knows her stuff. So let's welcome Heather today. Hey, Heather, it's so great to have you again, and I'm just excited to really talk about chatbots because I know it's something new that I've heard about a little, but almost nothing. So this is going to be exciting. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. This is going to be a lot of fun. So it's going to be different. And chatbots, feel like, what's a chatbot? I will explain all of that.
Awesome.
So, okay. All right. So here's what a chatbot is. Let me just kind of dive into it if you're okay with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So my name is Heather Havenwood, and I'm a marketer. I've been in online marketing since 2001. And I have I actually got my online degree, my master's degree in 2010, but my first million online was in 2005, right? So I've been around a long time. And one of the things about me is I'm an early adopter. Not everyone's like that. I got that from my father, actually. Whenever there was a change in technology from beta to VHS to like those discs we had for a while, he was like the first one out the gate to buy the technology. In fact, in 1985, just to give you, I guess where I get this from, 1985, he had a physical phone in his car, wired in his car. He drove 50 miles from our house to the nearest train. And when the train ran by, he called his buddy and said, "Look, I'm in my car on a car phone." This is like 1985, okay?
Wow.
And I think it was like $50 a minute or whatever it was, right? But this is before the bag phones. This is like...
I remember the bag phones because I had one.
He was one of the first people in Houston, Texas in the 80s to get a phone. He was very proud of that. So I think that's where I get it from. I'm a true early adopter, and I kind of have it is like, if I've heard about it, I'm probably late. I just have this kind of weird thing. But
wow.
I will say with chatbots, it's a little bit different technology, but it really is the future. So let's kind of take you back down a technology lane, if you will. Right? Let's start with good old-fashioned Yellow Pages, okay? Yellow Pages, I remember growing up, we had Yellow Pages. My grandmother lived on her Yellow Pages.
Yeah.
They wanted a plumber or they wanted a roofer. They wanted whatever. They'd open the Yellow Pages. And all the marketing people talked about the Yellow Page ad. Remember that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? The bigger the ad, the more people.
Yeah.
What are you going to write the copy? And then what did you try to get them to do? You tried to get them to do what? Call the office.
Sure.
Right? That was the thing. And then you got them to convert from there. Then we had a big explosion of online marketing. In the last couple, at least decade, it's been all about ads, either now no longer Yellow Pages, but then it was newspaper, then it was direct mail, right? But it's all about no matter what your ad is, Facebook, online, Google, Yelp, what do you want them to do? Call. You still want them to call or go to your website and call, especially with service-based businesses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Mainly because you want to say what's going on, what's happening, when can we meet. But here's what's happening with text messaging. So let me give you kind of an example. So go back 3 years. I opened a weight loss company here in Austin. So it was a service-based business, local business, right? And it was kind of a new business. And so what we want to do is, again, like you guys, we wanted them to call to set an appointment. But from the beginning, I knew that a couple things. One, our target market was women, which in the construction business, even though it's predominantly male dominated, the customer is the woman.
Absolutely.
Right? She's the one dealing with the leaky roof. She's the one dealing with all of it. Like the plumbing situation, even though maybe, the man comes in to fix it, the customer is a woman.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
So, going back to this weight loss program, I knew the market was women, and women like texting more than men. There's stats on that. Okay. So I thought to myself, okay, well, we're going to set this phone number up. Obviously we set the phone number up. So it was a virtual number for the beginning. There's all kinds of companies you can use, Grasshopper, Google Voice, whatever. Okay. And the number one thing that I said to the company, we have to make sure the phone number is textable. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah, it has to be textable. And it has to be textable in such a way that no matter who is working that day, myself, I didn't work in the office, I was virtual, or anybody that we actually had in the office that day physically, they could text message back the customer as fast as I possibly could. So when it first happened, my staff was like, no one's going to text us. I'm like, watch. Sure enough, we put on all our ads, either on the website, Yelp, Google Ads, whatever our thing was, what we did, even radio, we said, call or text number. Call or text number. And guess what happened? We had people text in. They'd say, oh, I just heard your ad I just saw your ad on Yelp, whatever. Can you tell me more about it? Now, here's what's happening. People are busy. They got their lives going on. They're moms, they're whatever. They're busy. They got lives, right? They go, oh, I really want to try that. I'll send them a text. But they don't really want to have the time to call and have this big conversation.
Right.
Right. So it's their way of kind of like, oh, I'll start something and then like I'll follow up. But they don't want to email either because they kind of want to talk to somebody. So they text. Now here's another example. So we actually had a huge amount, still do have a huge amount of people of texting. And then what we do is we'll text back and forth a little bit and then go, hey, is this a good time to call you? So we can now continue the conversation, get you scheduled. And they'll go, yeah, call me in 10 minutes. Or actually, give me 5 minutes. Yeah, call me now. Boom. Now we're calling. We've had a connection. Give them the phone, schedule the appointment. You'd be surprised.
Well, the interesting thing is I'm here you're going through the whole sequence there is you're texting back and forth and you're creating a dialogue and a familiarity. And then you're asking them for permission to call them, which then they're saying yes.
Yeah, exactly. They reached out with a text, which is what I call a soft connection.
Mm-hmm.
No commitment. And then we would always encourage our staff to say, try to get them on the phone as fast as possibly can so that you can answer questions faster, of course, and get them an appointment. Right?
Sure.
But when you're in that dialogue, then you can have a permission-based conversation where you're like, hey, is this a good time to call you? When can I call you? They're like, oh, perfect timing. I'm driving. Great. Or hey, you're going to be on speaker with the kids. No problem. So now we're calling them and they're inviting us to call them.
I know. That's so awesome.
It is awesome. So that's what we did. So here's another thing. I'm giving you another example. If you're just in case you just like, oh, I don't believe it. I had a gentleman who was in a mastermind with me who his agency was managing all the lawyer infomercials, which is just commercials, right, across the country.
Wow.
And the lawyer was one of those ones where it's like, do you have mesothelioma? I can never say it.
Okay, yeah. One of those, yeah.
I can't say it right now.
Yeah, right.
Call this number. Does you have this? Call this number, you're part of a class action lawsuit. Okay. So that was his agency, like blasting this. And their conversion wasn't getting very high. And they didn't understand. So someone said, well, someone called in, the customer service people that answered the phone said, well, someone called in the other day and said they tried to text the number and nothing happened. And of course, everyone in the agency is like, text the number. What?
Yeah.
Why would they do that? And they go, we don't know. Why don't you make the number textable and see what happens? So they said, well, we could do that, right? So they made the same phone number, no changes really, textable. And I think on the ad they put call or text. What do you think happened?
They got inundated with texts because nobody wants to call and really talk to somebody right now.
Exactly.
Because they don't want to be sold.
Right. And you also don't know, maybe they're in a loud factory or maybe they're at the hospital. Maybe they don't want to actually they can't. Maybe they legally can't. Maybe they are in front of people they don't want to have a conversation about, right? Oh, yeah, let's talk to a lawyer, right? So there's all kinds of reasons why people text versus call.
Sure.
Right. My sister, when she's in a certain area of her work, she can't take calls because for some reason the area is restricted. So she's like, I can text you, I can't call you back. Right. So stuff like this, you just realize that you can still get in communication and still get the customer through text. So what they did is they made it textable and they got inundated. Their conversion went way up and they're all happy. Right.
Wow.
Yeah. And so they made the customer service people take the text and it's just like chat. Nowadays, I mean, when I do customer service for clients or I go onto a software that I'm purchasing, the first thing I do is chat, right? Because I have music in the background or I have, kids screaming in the background, I got dogs, but I can chat through what I need, right? But I can't get a call. So the point is you want to do more of that. And that's where chatbots come in. Okay. So here's what's happening now because people are already used to texting. Right. And sometimes people don't even want to give out their phone number because when they text you, they give out the phone number.
Yeah.
What's happening now is Facebook, early 2017, they opened up their API. I'm going to go tech for a second. They opened up their API for their messenger, which is the texting communication.
Right.
They opened it up, API, really from the concept of what do we do with this thing? We want more people on our platform. We pretty much want to take over the world. We don't want anyone anymore to even use their phones. They want us to call and voice call and video call and do everything through Facebook. How can we get more businesses to use our services? How can we get more businesses on our platform? They go, well, let's open up the API and see what happens. So they open up the API kind of like, okay, developers, go. We don't know how to sell this, so why don't we just open up the platform? And there's about 40, 50 companies in San Francisco area that they have kind of like tapped their shoulders on and said, okay, you start your own company and we're going to let you API into our service. It's not for public. It's just for like who we tap. And see if you can find a way that will help, will basically increase the amount of businesses on our platform. So that's what happened. And it's only been around pretty much since first quarter 2017. And what's happened now is there's all these different services trying to figure this out where they are now no longer on their website, no longer saying things like click to my website or click to chat or click to call. They're saying, hey, click here to talk to somebody right away. And it opens up the Facebook Messenger app on desktop as well as mobile. And so what happens is you now are engaging with the company via their Facebook app, via their fan page or their business page immediately.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, and then you can move them from there to wherever you want. Here's a link to sign up for our service. Why don't you give us a call? I'm available right now. By the way, you're on our fan page. If you click on this link, it takes you to our service agreement, whatever you want. What they're trying to do is have it so that businesses really no longer even have websites. They just have business pages.
Wow.
And that's
kind
possible.
of interesting. Yeah.
It is. And it's clickable. So here's how and then I'm going to go to the next level of this. So I'm going to give you my chatbot link right now. And I want everyone listening to go to this URL and engage with my chatbot, and notice how different it is than going to my website to opt in or just calling me or anything like that. Notice the differences. So here's the URL. Ready?
Yep.
AskHeatherAnn.com. My name is Heather Ann. So AskHeatherAnn.com. Now, you put that in URL, no matter if you're a desktop, no matter if you're an iPad or your phone, what's going to happen is it's going to open it and it's going to turn. You'll see it like open and open again, and it'll go right to Facebook Messenger.
Wow.
Okay,
I'm following you. I'm writing as fast as I can too.
That's right. So now once you experience it, now mine's customized, and the first thing it says is like, hi, and it starts to have a conversation. Like, hi, I'm Heather Havenwood. This is what I do. And then I ask it a question. The first question I'm going to ask you is, what's your name? What am I doing? I'm building a list. And you're going to say, Dave. And you're like, great, Dave. And they'll say, tell you what, do you own a business? Because that's what I do. Right? And you can say yes or no. Like, great, you own a business. That's awesome, because that's what I do. I help businesses expand their revenue through exposure, visibility, and profitability. And you go, great. I go, tell you what, I like to, because I'm a bot, I don't know if you're a man or a woman. Will you tell me if you're a man or a woman? And then you say, man. Type in man. Great. Right? It's fun things. I go, tell you what, I'd like to give you a free gift just for your time today. Here is, will you please give me your email address? You type your email address, you press send. Awesome. Here's your gift. I just had an entire interaction with you.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Now, here's what's cool about it. While you're having that interaction, if I can actually watch you do this entire process live, like I can be sitting at my desk as the customer service person or the CEO of the company, watching people interact. And at any moment in the middle of the conversation, I could just like come in and go, hey, how's it going? I can totally take away the conversation from the bot and just literally have a conversation with you.
Wow. That's pretty wild.
Right, so during the week, let's say 9 to 5, right? You have somebody who's already at the office and they have this open, and you see someone going, help, my plumbing's exploding. I don't know what to do. And the chatbot's going. You can literally have someone go, oh, hey, I'm here right now. We're available. We can get someone out. Can I get your number to call you right now? And what's going on? What's your address? What can we do for you? Start actually communicating with them right away via chatbot. And everything's recorded and everything you can see at any time.
Wow, that's better. That's way, way better than a website.
It's way better than a website, right? First of all, it doesn't go there, then opt in, then you get an autoresponder. You can actually see the whole process, right? And so you can step any time. But here's the cool piece. It also brands you and has a conversation. There's a company here in Austin called the Reliant Plumbing. And, oh my God, they do the best ads. They really do. I have to give them credit. The radio ads are really funny. It's a husband-wife team. I've never used them, but I hear their stuff all the time. And the radio ads, and it's a husband-wife team, and they have this kind of banter, fun thing going on. I mean, they're selling plumbing, for God's sake. So, you got to make it funny. So they do this whole banter thing. Now, they just drive people to their website, of course, and their brand and their phone number. And I don't think they do text messaging, but they've created this kind of funny brand between them, between the husband-wife team.
Yeah.
And he acts like he's this goofy guy, and she acts like she's like, oh, seriously, honey, like that whole thing. Imagine if you had a cartoon of them where people went to their chatbot and said hi, and all of a sudden you had the spokespeople, the CEOs, the husband-wife team, basically talk to you and go, hey, and they have this little fun banter for 10 seconds. You're re-engaging with them, and you're re-engaging with your brand. And that's key, because we want to, at the end of the day, businesses want to do business with people. It's human to human interaction. They don't want to do businesses with brands. But what we're doing now with artificial intelligence basically is we're building connection with bots, which is AKA a cartoon. Think of Disney. We have a relationship to Winnie the Pooh. We have a relationship to Mickey Mouse. We can have a relationship with a cartoon, right?
Yeah.
It represents something to us. Remember that the movie with Tom Hanks where he's alone on an island for forever? He literally had a relationship with a volleyball called Wilson.
Right.
Right. He built this interaction with it. We have, this is old school, Wendy's. We've had interactions with the dog Spot. I think that was Budweiser. We've had relationships with inanimate objects before and cartoons. That is a way to connect with an audience. So that's how chatbots allow you to do that. And then it also allows you, if you want to go to one level, but it also allows you that consistent interaction and fast speed connection with your customer. And you don't have to have a big old, there's services you can get that are what I call chat services.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. That takes a little bit more manpower, right? Because anybody in your office can be logged into and be a part of the Facebook business page. And anybody can be having a conversation with a client down to the CEO.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because it's like, even when you get a text on your phone, you check it always before you will an email. So with the chatbots, if you're on the other end, you just know that it's up and running all the time, and you would be able to. Golly, it's so much better than answering a phone, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And plus, on top of that, again, you don't know what people are going on in the background in their world.
Right.
So being able to chat and have a conversation with a service provider of like, hey, I'd like to have you come out for my roofing. I've got a hole. Yeah, I live in South Austin. I'd really rather have it do Tuesday and have this whole conversation and go, yeah, well, we have something available at 2:00 on Tuesday. Great. Here's my address. Thank you so much. We'll follow up with you. All that can be done. And in fact, I had my AC go out actually 3 months ago. And believe it or not, I was very impressed. This company texts me. They text me. But the only thing that I think they did incorrectly is that I had a phone number I called, and then the text came directly from the technician. The problem with that is a different phone number. Wouldn't it be best? Everything comes from one place. And that's the beauty of chatbot. You don't have 3 numbers.
Right. It could be everyone.
Right, because the technician can leave. They can leave the company tomorrow, and you don't really want to have that connection. You want to own the customer.
And with all the technology there is today, you can have all your phone numbers from the company forwarded from one out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I got 5 technicians, they could all be routed through that one number.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that way, anyone, like I said, with Facebook, how Facebook is, if I own a Facebook page and I own the business, I can have you as call it editor. I can have the assistant. I can have a business manager, all be editors. And at any moment, everyone's texting from the same location to the customer.
Yeah, so that's continuity.
Right, it's continuity to the customer. So if a customer texts via Facebook Messenger, okay. Hey, thank you. It's 2:00 tomorrow. That sounds great. Awesome. And then all of a sudden you have the technician, Mike, go, hey, Sarah, this is Mike, your technician. And again, it's coming from the same place. It's coming from Facebook Messenger. Just want to let you know I'm on my way. I'll be there in 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm running late, whatever. If there's any problems or any changes, please just text back to this Facebook Messenger, and either myself or someone from our team will help you.
Right. And that's the cool thing too, because like now when I in my other business, I have people, when I talk to them, I'll ask them, what method do you prefer?
And they probably say text. I would say 80%.
Most of them are saying text now because they're on the go, and they'll glance at a text and they'll answer it. And a lot of times, I'll call somebody and they'll, on my phone, it says, I can't take the message now. So they end up getting a text.
Right. They get a text. Right. And I've actually had a situation where I was a service provider and I said, I can't take your call right now. You can text me. And they're like, well, we don't text. I'm like, well, then you need to step up. But I mean,
the real world,
right in the real world. So the point is that you want to have both. Right now, I think having your phone number textable, you can do that through Central, you can do that through Grasshopper, Google Voice. There's a lot of different areas you can do that in, okay? But then also having the Facebook ad or the Yelp ad, you can literally have the URL go right to the messenger. So AskHeatherAnn.com goes right to the chatbot experience. It doesn't go to my page and then you click. No, it goes right to the chatbot. Right
to the chatbot experience where it's taking through the interaction. And you can actually, like you said, you can give them a free report or give them a free gift from there.
Absolutely.
And then you can send them to your web page if you so desire to.
Exactly. I mean, you'd be surprised nowadays. I mean, just the other day I went to Facebook. I'm looking for a new gym on something. I went to their Facebook page, and this was me testing them. So I went to their Facebook page, a business page, and I went to their message, and I started texting them questions. Now, it was late at night. Like, it was late. It was like 10 o'clock at night. I didn't expect them to respond at all. Like, I expected either A, they weren't going to respond, or two, they may or may not respond in the morning if someone's actually managing their Facebook page. What's interesting about it is the owner responded.
Wow.
Within 20 minutes. She's like, hey, yeah, I know it's late, but I saw it. Sure. Why don't we give you a free week? And I'd love for you to come in. My name is, I'm the owner. I'd love to connect with you and see how we can support you. I was like, awesome. Because the days of we control when people buy are over. The 9 to 5 is over. And so I'm not saying you have to sit there all night, and you can't ever turn your hours off. You can. But you have to allow people to connect with you when they want to connect with you. And lots of times it happens at 7 o'clock at night when they're at dinner and their husband's like, we got to fix the plumbing. Like, oh, yeah. I'll call in the morning. That doesn't work anymore. It's like, you know what? I'll text them right now and they'll get it in the morning and they'll call me when I'm running around at 8 o'clock in the morning. We got so many of those in our weight loss company. People would text us after hours.
Really? Wow, that's wild. Well, then, the interesting thing, too, is, like, I've done a lot of playing with other people's websites and see how they respond. I'll email them. I'll send them an email from their website, and virtually nobody, checks the email that they get from their websites.
No, yeah, that's really strange to me. I get that. A lot of people don't.
But if you're doing texting and it's going directly to you, in a different format, then, I think that's pretty awesome, just the way that whole thing's set up. I'm going to have to check it out. So how did you pick up your URL? Did you just put it into when you set it up at Facebook?
Yeah, so you can buy URL anywhere, of course, GoDaddy.com or whatever.
Okay.
And then AskHeatherAnn.com doesn't make sense. I had it sitting there, and so
right. I understand.
Good. You can make it whatever you want. You can make it yourcompany.com/contact us. I mean, you can make it whatever you want.
Okay.
It's just an easier redirect, obviously, because we're sitting here on an audio.
Yes. Yeah.
So I have to explain to you. And what it is, and what's happened with the API with Facebook, this techie, is if you notice nowadays, your Facebook Messenger is now an entirely different URL. It's m.com / whatever. What Facebook did is basically, Facebook now has two websites, is facebook.com and m.com.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why on your app, you have an app for Facebook and an app for Messenger.
Okay, that makes sense.
So your Facebook business page Messenger is literally an entire another URL.
Okay, see, I didn't. Okay, so this is news to me too, because I know business page.
So I can have Messenger. Facebook off, right? So just on the desktop, I open up my desktop. Right. I don't want to look at Facebook because it's too much drama. But I communicate with business people all day long on Facebook Messenger. So I close Facebook, but I open up Messenger and I go to m.com / mine's like Heather Havenwood with that. And then it opens up my Messenger. So all I see on the desktop is Messenger, anyone talking to me. I don't see any of the blog posts or drama or ads or any of that stuff because that's turned off.
Okay.
So it's two entities at this point. You have to look at Facebook as like there's two companies, there's two URLs, and that's why the Messenger literally is its own world. And they're going to start, they've already started, but they're slowly rolling it out. They're going to start so that you can actually advertise inside of Messenger. So eventually, especially in 2018. That's a good and bad thing. But
yeah, and I get more stuff. Yeah.
The cool thing though about that for a local business, right? Say plumbing or whatnot, local business, you can really focus on people that are on their Messenger app in a 10-mile radius or a 15-mile radius. The other thing with that is, here's what's really cool, which I forgot. So the moment that you start interacting with my chatbot, and I mean the moment, all you have to say is hello, and that's considered an opt-in. So what's happening in the background is I'm connected to a third-party service. Remember those third-party companies I told you about?
Right.
I'm connected to a third-party service. I pay $20 a month. And there's tons of them out there, but one of them is called ManyChat. I'll spell it ManyChat.com. It's $20 a month. What it's doing, again, it's this open API company, okay? What it's doing is that the moment you say hello, okay, on my page, the moment, ManyChat considers that an opt-in. You've interacted. Therefore, you are an opt-in. Therefore, you're now on my list.
Okay.
Therefore, I can broadcast. I can send a New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve special to anyone that's ever interacted with my business page Messenger, ever. You're on my list. The cool thing about that, like an email list, right, is that Messenger app is an 80 to 90% open rate. If I and broadcast my message list, I'm going to get a huge open rate versus blasting my list.
Wow. That's so...
This is just the beginning. It's only been around not 11 months or almost 12 months yet.
It's a whole new world about ready to explode.
It is. And it's geared towards businesses. It really is geared towards businesses because Facebook wants to pretty much take over the business page. They want to take over the yellow pages, right? They want to be the yellow pages for the world. So they didn't know how to do that. So that's how they opened it up. And now all these things are kind of coming about with entrepreneurs and they're all figuring it out. And ManyChat's really inexpensive, $20 a month. All it does is basically talk to Facebook, and it's a third party interaction that's they've gotten the blessing from Facebook.
Yeah. So basically what the ManyChat does is it takes everyone that interacts with you, it just takes their information and stores it for you.
It's pretty, so think of it like a MailChimp or an AWeber or an iContact where you log in and you say, I want to send a broadcast tomorrow at 8 a.m. and I want to have a little image. You don't make, the thing about chatbots, the broadcasting for chatbots, you make them short like a text. So you'll send like an image and like a little thing like, awesome offer, New Year's offer, click here or call us now for your offer. I mean, it's like text, it's small, right? But then you press a button and the system sends it to everyone on your broadcast list. So now you have an 80-90% open rate of your offer.
Wow. That's pretty awesome. That is just amazing.
It is awesome, right? I could go on and on.
I'm just thinking about all the possibilities.
So what I do, I work with companies to do that. I mean, I set up their chatbots and they start around $1,000 to do a full setup. And the reason why it takes that much money is because, yes, you can do it yourself through ManyChat, but I do an entire process and a marketing process. Like, how are you using text now? And how can we integrate that with your current system? And so there's consulting involved. So we start about $1,000, usually end up down at $200 or $2,500. But I mean, how many clients do you need to make up one, $2,500? It's one or two in the construction business.
Sure. Especially on what you're selling. If it's roofs, it's one deal. If it's, if it's windows and doors or it's kitchens, then it's one deal. I'll take care of it in a heartbeat.
So I hope that helps. I mean, I love for people to get a hold of me. Like I said, AskHeatherAnn.com. And that is my own private page. So I'm the one answering questions. So if you really seriously have a question, you can just literally message me and it's me because I'm the one logged in. or you can go to callwithheather.com, and that is my schedule, and get on the phone with me and have a conversation and let me know how I can help you, consult with you on your marketing. I do marketing advice, right? So I work with service providers as well as authors and speakers specifically on how do they increase their ROI through their current marketing. And I do a lot of local businesses. So lawyers, service providers, weight loss, I do it all.
That's cool. That's so awesome. Yeah, and if they get in touch with you at askheatherann.com, then they'll get a whole preview of what they can possibly expect to get on the on the short side.
Yeah, absolutely.
What they're actually looking at and how it interacts with them. So that's pretty cool. This has really been cool.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I really appreciate it. This is just killer information like the last time on how to do the chatbots, and the last time was know who your customer is so you can sell them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I forgot that other piece about that. Know who your customer is. Just circling back.
Yeah.
So women like to text more than men. Like I said that earlier. That is why if your target market is women, this is just brilliant. I mean, it really is brilliant. I know that the technicians usually are men. We're generalizing, of course, but women are usually the ones writing the check.
Right. I agree. And it's like my daughter. She got 6 kids. Don't even think about calling her.
6 kids. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah.
Text her. Text it. And if one of the other kids sees it, she'll pick up the phone and text back. But she very rarely answers the phone.
Well, I can only imagine, right? Yeah. So, 6 kids. I'm surprised she can even text. But it's a good example. A lot of you'd be surprised. Women will text and they'll do stuff, and they're doing all kinds of things and they'll text, but getting a phone call out of them is like, forget about it. So you'd be surprised how just doing this one thing can really just increase your conversion. Because remember who your target market is. And if you're over there going, I'm old school. Yeah. What the hell are you talking about, Heather? I'm like, look, you're not your market. You're not the one writing the check.
Yeah. Hey, get up to speed or die. That's about the let the millennial business owner take your spot in the market.
Exactly. My father, last I checked, I haven't even tried in a couple of years. He had a flip phone, Yeah. Like he doesn't even get texts. But and he's an early adopter too, which always makes me like, what happened to you? I think he just stopped doing that. I think he got retired. He's like, forget it. I'm not early adopter anymore. But I did my first text message in 1998. 1998. And I was working for a telecom company, and we, of course, had the cell phone. And the Nokia dealer was there at the office. This is way back, if you remember that.
Yeah.
And they were explaining to us text message. And we're all in the conference room, about 10 of us, and I'll never forget it. And I said to my friend, Brad, I'm going to text you. Okay, hold on a second. So I put hi,
Yeah.
And you heard his little phone go ding, ding. He's like, wow, hold on. I got it. Okay, let me text you back. Hi. Like, oh my God. So we're in the same conference room, right? And we're like, whoa, that's so really? Like, how'd you get to that? So things have changed a lot, right? But we still want to talk to humans, and we still want to have a relationship with the people that we're giving money to. So believe it or not, text is here.
No, it's not. It's going to get progressively more interesting. Let's put it that way, to interact and engage with our customers.
So thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
I really appreciate you being with us. It's really been awesome content, and Hey, so this has really been some awesome content. Heather has just given us some tremendous information on how you can jump ahead of the game, jump ahead of your competition, and be that guy or gal that's in control of what's going on within your business. Triple your conversion rates. Figure out how to use chatbots. It's just another tool in your toolbox. That's all it is. So until the next time we meet, be profitable, have fun, enjoy your business, and there we go. Again, I want to thank you for joining us and investing your time with us today. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and if you did, go to iTunes and give us a shout out. You can also go to our website, www.contractorsecretweapon.com, and check out today's episode and leave us a comment in the bottom of the page. And if you haven't gotten your 15 secret weapon strategies to getting higher-end customers, get it while you're at the website. Also, I want to thank again our sponsors for keeping this podcast alive, for your profit-making pleasure. And so go be profitable this week. Work smarter, not harder, and learn how to leverage your time and your knowledge so that you can be more profitable. Again, see you next week.
Thanks for joining us for another weekly episode of the Contractor's Secret Weapon Podcast with Dave Negri. We would love to hear your comments about this episode, so visit us online at www.contractorsecretweapon.com and let us hear your thoughts. If you are listening via iTunes, please leave us a positive review. The more positive reviews we receive, the more other contractors will benefit from this show. Thank you, and see you next time here on the Contractor's Secret Weapon Podcast.